Well, hello, hello, hello. We are back with another video. I can't believe as soon as we go live, I get all kinds of text messages. So, once again, I am trying to get it right while I'm waiting on my buddy Martin. Let's get this done today. Ha! Come on in, come on in. Hey there.
Hello, hello. Hi, Jewel. How are you?
I'm a bit frazzled. I was so ready to come on, and all of a sudden, I get these like 15 text messages, one right after the other, knock off my lighting and everything. So it's okay.
There
It's
you
a
go.
good day, and I'm trying not to have a be any
Meltdown.
more frazzled than I already am.
Don't worry. Don't
So
worry.
today, yeah. Today's lecture, well, actually, is Tuesday. We're going to ask people if they want to get their health here. We're going to talk about our lifestyles. And I'll let you go first because it is important. We are in a time where people can come to us, although we live a regular life like everybody else. Um, it's just time to talk about it. So, um, what do you have to say?
Yeah. Obviously, the thing for me is whether it's myself or whether I'm helping somebody, results is what matters. It's all about results. And then if we can kind of condense that time to make sure that the person who's looking for the results can come in the time that they're looking for, that's what brings value. If someone's looking to lose weight and we give them 10 years, is it, it's a goal, but is it really valuable? And it's also another thing where it's like, oh, I want to lose 2 pounds. It's a goal, but is it valuable? And is it something that you can, keep track consistently of? So, we are near the end of the month. It's the last day of the month. And I know in terms of the new year, everyone's always coming out with New Year's resolutions, new year, new me. And literally that block will go for about 2, 3 weeks. And then right now is a time when everyone's looking around and saying, wow, it's only 1 month. That was so hard. And then this is when the problems, this is when the mind starts coming into play. So what we're here to do is just, give you guys an understanding of kind of what we do here. My number one objective is to either help you gain weight or lose weight. And then second, coming from there is to make sure we can help your body feel better in terms of taking stress and pain away from your joints, your back, your hips, your feet, your ankles, and such forth from there. So, like I said, this is where we've been doing this for quite a bit of time, where the results are not just any results, the results that we've been getting from our members, and for me specifically, have been top tier. And on top of that, it's been for a duration of about 8, 9, 10 years now, seeing these results and helping individuals be more consistent with their workouts. The number one thing I tell people is when you get in line with me, this is not a get rich, get quick scheme here. You might seem like, hey, I'm doing about 15, 20 minutes here and I don't feel anything.
Right.
That's fine. That's fine. Every person has their kind of own journey of kind of where they have to get to. But what I do with my programming is literally reprogram your body to start thinking of how I wanted to start thinking, how I wanted to eventually start moving, how I wanted to eventually recover from there. And you're saying, well, how does that happen? Specific movements, specific exercises, specific activities that we can do on a daily basis helps strengthen from within. The number one thing that we have to start doing is that feeling when you get like excited, or when you get that feeling of, man, I feel like a bubble of energy today. Where does that
Yeah.
come from? That literally can be derived and inspired and developed within you by during certain activities, certain exercises to kind of help build that and then keep that strong. I call it like an internal flame within like your belly, where you wake up and you're kind of like, I'm ready to go. Most people get that when they drink their coffee. Unfortunately, nowadays, more people are getting that feeling of willing to conquer or bravery after they've taken a drink of alcohol or they've taken a little dosage of a drug. That it kind of taps into the mental to be like, okay, come on, switch it on and let's go. That, like I said, is my number one goal, where I want to derive that from within, and it's a spark that you can turn on whenever you want. But you've got to develop that spark, and you got to strengthen that spark. And then Red Bull. Oh no. Marva commented Red Bull. No Red Bull, please. No. It, like
No
they
Red
say,
Bull here.
gives you wings, but it's there's so much like we say, we want to be as plant-based as possible, or less ingredients as possible, and go from there. And I see another comment here. Coffee does it for me. Coffee is one of those things where people can go to kind of get their morning going, and it doesn't have such a bad side effect. Eventually, when people start getting used to it, it's not so bad. But for me, it's just something where coffee just gives you that crash, and then the next morning you need it. I think for me, what we have to do is we have to be self-sustaining individuals. I'm not saying that you're always going to be on an up. I'm just saying don't rely on an outside source to make you get accomplishments done. That's when it's a little too far. Now, if it's something where it's like a 10-hour project, 12-hour project, you're looking to get a boost, and you're in the middle of it, you need 5 more hours, 6 more hours. Yeah, totally, but not something where it's an everyday process, and 3 out of the 5 days you're having a regular morning. Do you really need to put something that much caffeine in your body to get you going and going and going? We have to start realizing, we have to start eliminating, taking away. Back in the 70s and 80s and 90s and even the early 2000s, life was slow. Like, Jewel couldn't call
Yeah.
me unless it was like business hours. You know what I mean? Like, she's not going to send me an email at 6 in the morning. And if she did, I wouldn't see it until I got at work at 9 in the morning or 10 in the morning. So life was when I wanted it to work. Now, whether you want to be plugged in or not, life's moving. So you have to find ways to kind of regress, pull away, unplug, or else this will never stop. And you have to give this a break. Even though you're physically, I'm just resting, or I'm just watching my soap opera, or I'm just watching TV, this needs a break. And even if you're on your cell phone and you're just watching Instagram or little shorts here and there, it's still being active. You're still programming your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is still active, and you want to be able to kind of regress from there. And Marvin said it, boundaries. I think with any goal that you're looking to do, boundaries is number one. I think about it all the time. I'm looking to
Yeah.
lose 5 pounds, and it's like, okay, eating that donut is going to feel great, but I'm looking to lose my 5 pounds. And that's where the boundaries and kind of self-talk happens. And, most of the time right now, when you're not seeing results, it's hard to have that self-talk. That's why Jewel and I are on here every Tuesday and Thursday, because we know results won't come. And if they do come, they're not coming at a fast rate where you're being satisfied enough to saying, okay, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. You're like, well, what the heck? It's been about 3 weeks. I'm not seeing anything. I'm not feeling anything. So the thing that where Jewel and I help, and especially with what we're trying to do, is we want to help you feel better first. That's the number one. Once you start feeling better, and my aspect is showing you, giving you a wider range of motion, stretching you longer, stretching you further, being able to work
Yeah.
out longer, have better conditioning. I want to help you see those results, and then obviously Jewel is there to help you mentally keep track of those results and go from there. So yeah, team up with like-minded people. It was actually ironic how Jewel and I came together. We're just having this talk back and forth, randomly met on social media on Facebook, and all of a sudden we just started talking about, like, okay, what would be your interest of how you wanted to help people? And literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the same of what we're trying to do. So we came together and we said, yeah, let's keep doing this. So yeah, the like-minded people, whether it's for a change, whether you're the one teaching it or like they say, you're the one preaching it or you're the one teaching it, you want to be able to kind of be around like-minded people. So, I want to preach,
Right.
but I also want to be there with Jules. So those are my kind of 2 cents. in terms of the introduction to kind of what we do and what I do in terms of, taking care of the physical aspect of it, and then going in reverse, and then going to the mind. But with Jewel here, it's kind of like the tag team duo. You got the mindset, you got the physical aspect to it, and we're just, back and forth combination to kind of help you solidify the mindset and then also solidify the physical aspect. And once you solidify the physical and the mindset, the spiritual, boom, just goes into another level from there. So
Right, right, right. And thank you, Martin, for saying that, because that's exactly what it is. Now, Barbara, we'll have you come up in a few minutes, but what I want to do is talk about our lifestyles. Although many of us are practicing healthy choices, doing different things, what I'd like to interject is that, like Martin says, some people want to lose weight. Some people want to learn techniques, especially during these unprecedented times, how to get conditioned, how to get your mind right, how to get ready for these for this journey. So that is something that I do. I work with people by membership. So we're on here on these platforms to bring awareness. But now it's time to get down to the nitty gritty. Now it's time to get your memberships, because people are plateauing, and we can assist and help people who have plateaued. And I usually say, like I say this all the time, it takes time to condition your body, condition your mindset. And those are the things that I help with. Once you get your mind right, once you get in alignment, per se, then you're able to get in touch with Martin, and he can help you form your body. So that's what people aren't understanding. It's mind over matter. It's a mindset. And then Martin comes in as like a trainer, like anyone else. And I listened to Marva's live today, and a lot of people don't realize that when you need help, when you're trying to get in alignment, you may need several different coaches to help you. You see, a lot of people think, oh, well, I can do this. Yeah, you may be able to do this, but the fact of the matter is, you may need direction as well. So you're looking for people like us to help you get into alignment. And Marva says many people cannot do this alone. You're right, Marva. I'm getting ready to bring you up so that you can help explain what it is that we do. But I do encourage people to go to our website and also seek support, because that's what we do. Let me see. I saw you on earlier. Can you send that? You sent go ahead and request to come on live.
yeah, Marva brings up a good something good right there in terms of kind of you can't do it alone. I think nowadays, in terms of how everything is so connected with geopolitical, society, whether you're a man or woman, everything is connected. So you got to be able to kind of separate yourself and kind of see what's the best for you. Hi, Marva. How are you? How are you?
Hi there, Martin. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Hi, Joe.
Hey there. How you doing? Happy Tuesday.
Amazing
Yeah.
Tuesday.
So
Thank you.
yes, good job today. I'm getting all kinds of notifications. So you guys, if we get cut off, I'll be able to, we'll have to add it back on. So just so that you know, we're getting all kinds of, I'm getting all kinds of interruptions. But yeah, Marva, tell us what you think and what do you have to say about today?
Well, I have two people that are very close to me, my sister and my very good friend, my sister Yvonne and my very good friend Althea. They both wrote the first two chapters of my recent book, Lose Weight and Keep It Off for Good. And both of them have testimonials that they could not do this health thing by themselves. They just couldn't. They
Wow.
had tried the yo-yo stuff, the shakes, the diet, the this, every year, New Year's resolution, for
Mm.
umpteen of years. And I know my sister wouldn't mind me saying this, but she tells me that when she looks back at her picture, she can't believe that she was that big. And when she was in that condition, she had a whole trailer load of health issues going on with
Mm.
her.
Mm.
And then somebody introduced her to a trainer. But before she saw the trainer, she went to see a health coach, and the health coach helped her to deal with some mental blockages and baggages that she had been carrying for years. She used to
Wow.
label herself as having the fat girl syndrome and things like that. Those things will block you,
Wow.
and you feel
Wow.
like
Wow.
you can never get on board.
Wow.
Once the health coach helped her, then she teamed up with a fitness, a personal trainer. She was able to not just shed the weight, but to change the way she eats, change the way she exercises, change her mindset,
Wow.
incorporate journaling, meditation, and all, and now doing intermittent fasting, and is feeling the healthiest she's ever felt at 64. And the same thing with my other friend. So
Wow.
sometimes a lot of people you just can't do it on your own. You need professional. If you could do it on your own, I would say to a lot of people, you would have done it already.
That's
You know,
true.
you just need help, you know. More
Yeah.
like I don't know if you've listened to the live I did with Paula, but successful people that we look up to, like the folks like Oprah Winfrey, for example, that we call successful overall. They always say they have a plethora of coaches, 10,
Mm-hmm.
20, 15 coach for this, coach for that, coach for the other. And if
Yeah.
they need a coach, we need some support system. We need somebody that's going to hold us accountable
Yeah.
for our behavior.
Mm. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. And thank you for sharing that. Especially, I know it's a little more on the personal side, but this is where we are nowadays. And the professional help doesn't mean thousands of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars. It starts with a community. It starts with
Yes.
a community of people that you can trust, people that you know that aren't gonna, bash you or put you down or second guess your motives. It's kind of like how am I gonna make fun of a guy who's out of shape but in the gym? You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? He's
Mm-hmm.
trying. He's trying. So it's one of those things where people are trying, and nowadays, in terms of a home workout over the past 2 3 years, many people are doing it. You know what I mean? Many people are open to, hey, I'm gonna work out at home, but the rate of obesity keeps rising. The rate of illnesses keeps rising. It's not enough. We need as much as, back in the day, about 10 15 years ago, when Barack Obama became president, one of the biggest things with Michelle Obama was the 60 minutes a day, a 60-minute play. And I like that. It was something where, it was simple, it was easy, but it gave kids an ultimatum: the 6 minutes play, 6 minutes play. It's the president of the United States, and he's encouraged something to do with the kids. And it kind of gives that authority figure of like, oh, that's my president. Okay, he's telling me I should do that. I'm going to do it. We don't have that nowadays. And kind of the role models that are there are the entertainers. And most of the time, they're not the ones we want to follow. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In terms of kind of how we want to live our lives. But in terms of kind of the way we can kind of help ourselves, we need to reach out and get that help that we're looking for. And I think now, for me, before COVID, I was, obesity, obesity, obesity. Now, after COVID, it's mental health issues. It is on the rise and is so much more. And like you said, there's blockages in here people don't even know. But once they figure this out and once they kind of unlock that and unknot it, boom, everything just seems so easy. And
Rest
it's,
is history.
yeah,
Rest is history. Once they get this, because every change, we have to remember that every change begins with the mind.
mm,
You've got
mm,
to deal with that. If you could go out there and start walking and start lifting weights and whatever, if you've not dealt with the mind and the mindset, you're just not going anywhere.
exactly.
So like
And that's,
I say
sorry.
sometimes, and sorry, one quick
No, go
second.
ahead, Marva. Go
I,
ahead.
I say sometimes that people probably do not need to get on a weight loss journey in
Mm-hmm.
January. They probably
I
shouldn't,
was
because
just
then you
about to
jump.
say that. I
Yeah,
was just about to say that.
you jumped on the bandwagon in January because everybody's on the bandwagon in January. Maybe you need to take January and February and think long and hard
Beautiful.
about why you want to lose the weight, why you want to get
Yeah.
healthy, how you're going to be doing it, what support system that you have, and
Exactly.
put things in place before you venture on a weight loss journey.
That's Marva. That's 100% what I agree with. The reason being because I was literally in a situation where I'm sitting down writing the notes of their lifestyle, when they're going to be free, when they're going to be able to join on a routine, and I do all this, and then 14 days, 21 days later, done. I can't make that time. Things have changed at work, and I'm like, it's not changing. You're just needing a longer time to recover. You just didn't tell me that you were gonna go out with your friends to the bar every other night and have a beer. So I was coming across and it would frustrate me because I'm like, guys, your money is your time is more valuable than your money. Your time is more valuable than your money. Don't just pay me and say, oh, I paid him. I have a trainer. I don't want that. If you want me to be your nutritionist and your trainer, then I want you to be the one where I can say, hey guys, that's who I'm training. And that's a product of mine. I don't want your money. You giving me your time.
Why do you
Sorry.
Mine doesn't matter.
Why do you think that the fitness industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry? Because they target the people that they know are going to drop out as of February.
Exactly.
But the folks that drop out, they are not canceling their membership because somehow they think that having that gym membership tells them that they're doing something about their health. And for years, folks will be paying $20, $50, $100 a month for gym membership without canceling it. So the fitness industry, the gyms and stuff, have become multi-billionaires of people like that. And also the research shows, when I was doing my research on my book, it shows that by the end of February to March, 80% of the people who started off with on this New Year's resolution to lose weight just fizzle and fall off.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So you've got to deal with it.
Yeah, it's interesting. I've actually seen a stat by the end of the first month, 35 to 40% are out. Like they don't come back for February 1st. A third of people. And you wonder why. Well, how is a gym only charging $10 a month? They don't care. They know you're gonna just pay for it. Oh, it's $10. I'll just keep it around. I'll go when I can. But for them, $10 times 200, 300 people, 400 people.
That's right.
Now we're talking about something. It's a lot of money. We're talking about gym, every gym there, gym there, gym there, gym there. So it is just crazy, but a very, very solid point that you bring up. And it's something that I came across too as well. And I'm glad you took the words out of my mouth. People need to fix this, and then you can get going from there. So yeah, I agree, Marva. Great point. Great point. And the stats you're bringing up are very, very valid, where people can't avoid these things. This is what's going on. This is what's going on. So you either adjust or you're part of the problem. You know what I mean? And we can't avoid it anymore. This is what's going on in society.
Mm-hmm. And but if
we have a Rasta Way workout, and he said he's turned people away, because of the inconsistent behaviors. So Rasta, would you like to come on and as well? Go ahead and request, and we can send you a link so you can come on and talk about the inconsistencies and the fact that people, they may mean well, and that's why they start working out. But the problem of the matter is their mind isn't right. You got to get your mind right. You got to be consistent. You've got to get in alignment. And then you can do what you need to do to form and shape your body. So let me see if I can get them on.
Okay, because Rastaway is also a fitness professional.
Yes, so this is good because this is a problem that people are having. And a lot of people, they say they want to go work out and do all these things, but the fact of the matter is they don't have their mind right. Hey, Rasta, how are you? Thanks for coming on.
Fine.
I don't know who you are. Tell us where you're from.
My name is Mike. Michael. I go by Rastaway Workout. Hi, Marva.
Hi, Rastaway,
I,
Michael.
I love this lady. She's so amazing. I'm a personal trainer. You know, I have my little YouTube channel. I do classes on Zoom. But I'm based in Florida. And but people are this chore, this idea of a resolution. It's like a chore, you know. And so when you approach your health and wellness as a chore, there's no discipline involved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so I lose a lot of clients because I keep people accountable, and nobody wants to stay accountable. And
Mm-hmm.
so I don't force you to do it, but I make sure that I'm there. I'm doing it. And if you're going to pay me and you're not going to show up, just don't bother paying me. Keep your money. Have a good day. And I
Yeah,
keep moving. You know? So yeah, because it's not about the money, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
right. Money comes when people do the right thing, when you have people that really want to help. But they come and they get gems and nuggets and then they think they can do it on their own. And then what happens? They plateau. So they do need our help, and it needs to be consistent. And what I always suggest is that they do it at least for 90 days. Then what happens is they come back 6 months later and they want more gems and nuggets, and then they want to go on their own and think they can do it again. No, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
What we have to do is get people to realize that this is forever changing. This is forever conditioning. We go
Right.
through life on a daily basis. Things come up, things get better, something else pops up, and then we have to deal with that. So we're constantly adjusting, which is why we have to constantly adjust our lifestyle, our healthy choices,
Yep.
working out, just like you say. Maybe somebody comes in for core. And we've said this before, it's not about the six pack. Martin has said this multiple
It's
times.
not.
It's not about the six pack. It's about total alignment, getting your whole body in alignment, where everything is, as we say, copacetic. You
You
see,
know what?
because without that alignment, without understanding what your body feels like when it's in alignment, people are doing anything and everything.
You know, I'm 54 years old, and where I work, there's a lot of young guys, under 30. It's a very physically demanding job. The funny thing is, nobody believes my age until the manager actually tells them this guy is 54 years old. And so so they go on my YouTube channel or on my Instagram, and they see the 6 or the 8, whatever they see, and they're like, "Man, you got all that under there." And so we start talking, and people seem to think that when you say core, you're just talking about, the abs.
Yes.
And I'm trying to explain to people, listen, your core goes from above your knee to below your chest, front and back. And when you can cover all of that, you know what I'm saying, your glutes get worked, everything. That's the foundation of your entire fitness. It's not a six-pack thing.
Yes.
You see, there's a lot of muscles going on behind us in our lower back. When you work that, you work your glute. You're going to get a nice firm glute. But see, people don't want to put the work in.
I, th- I
I
think
got to get
I
to the
think
six-pack,
I think when folks realize that it's not, well, I think when they stop focusing on weight loss and they realize
Mhm.
how important their health is, that once you lose it, it's virtually impossible to get it back. Okay. Once people realize that their health is their responsibility, once they realize
Yep.
that that's their only wealth, then you
Yep.
will be able to get to this. But if
Yep.
they're coming to see you guys, the professionals, just to lose weight, it's not gonna last.
Yeah.
Because the weight loss is a byproduct of healthy lifestyle.
Lifestyle.
So when they look at
Exactly.
and it's a lifestyle, it's a journey. It's
Yep.
not a
Yep.
marathon, it's not a race, it's not a sprint. For the rest of your life, you'll be working on your health journey. And I like to say, I like Mondays because Mondays are a great day to reset, refocus, and restart, because we all mess up. So if we could have a day when we can just reset, refocus, and restart, it tends to take the guilt out of the whole journey, and people get a chance to start again until this lifestyle become a lifestyle, a habit and
Yeah.
it makes it a little easier. But it's not easy. It's hard. We
It
acknowledge
isn't.
that, but it can be done.
Mm. Mm.
That's
I
true.
I heard you say what'd you say? You said 90 days. I usually try to encourage my clients, anything you do consistently for 30 to 45 days, naturally as human beings become a habit.
Yes.
So if I'm working with you and you can't go for 30 days, we're going to work 6, take a rest on the 7th or whatever, and you can't go 30 days consistently doing something, I have no interest in trying to help you because you're not interested in helping yourself.
Mm.
And you can only take the horse to the thing. You can't make them drink anything. In the end, you have to do the work.
Yes, you do. And that's the thing. If people aren't willing to say, okay, you got to deal with the trauma. There's trauma in everybody's life. And until you deal with the trauma to be able to get in alignment, you're really doing a disservice to yourself.
Mm.
So that's what we need to do. I'm sorry, guys, my light has changed, so I'm trying to find a new area to speak to you guys. But yeah, we got to deal with the trauma. A lot of people don't realize that's part of the problem. They can't get their mind right.
Mm.
So unless you know what's really going on and deal with that first, and then be able to say, okay, now that I've got a handle on this, I can start healing my body. You can't heal your body if you can't address the trauma or the triggers.
This is
You
why
have to address.
this is why I ask questions when I meet a new client. There's an interview process I do, just talking to people, and there's certain questions that I need to know. Why are you doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
and it could be for weight loss. It could be I want to get fit. Oh, I want to tone up. Most of my clients are women. I don't know why, just women. Women. And the most common example I get is I want to tone up so I can fit into my bathing suit. So now, yeah, that's what you get. I want to fit into my bathing suit. Are you married? Yes, and I want to make sure my husband sees my bathing suit. I haven't worn it in so long, whatever. And I say, I usually follow up with, so if you can't fit into the bathing suit, what's going to happen? Well, what do you mean?
Yes.
Aren't you supposed to help me fit into the bathing suit? No, I'm not here to help you fit into the bathing suit. I'm here to help you get healthy. Fitting into the bathing suit is the after effect of being healthy. There's a lot of things involved, you see, but they don't think about that. They just want to, let's work on the arms today. No. That's not how it goes. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So like you said, it's a mindset, and people don't understand. I heard Marva today in the after the live talking to someone about you don't have to use 10 pounds, 20 pounds, because a lot of the stuff I do, I don't use weights at all. I use my body. My body is my weight. That's my resistance.
Mm.
And so I don't need to have 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds. I just need to use the resistance I have already from my own body and make my blood flow. That's what I need to do.
Yeah.
And if I can do it properly with the right form, I'm going to get the good results, just like I was in the gym using 20, 30, 40, 60 pound weights. And so people need to understand these things, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is true, and that's what we're here to do. So what I'm proposing to everyone is next month there's a bunch of us that can be on the platform, but what we need to do is start a movement, mind, body, soul, physical, what have you. Everybody's in different areas of the world. And when they see us come together, maybe they'll start changing their mindset. Maybe they'll realize, okay, how can we get in touch with somebody that can help us? Because we all can't do like 50, 1,000, 100 people, but we all can come on a platform and we can work with people in our area. We've got Martin in Nevada. We've got you in Florida. Marva's in
Georgia.
So we're all in different parts of the country where we can come together. So Marva and Rasta, we do these type of conversations on Thursday nights. So you're welcome to our platform, Simply Jewel Cosmetics and Health Services on Facebook. That's what these conversations will entail. And until we get people to understand that this is the way we're going to start moving. This is the best way to help people to get into alignment, start understanding the terminology, understanding what it's like for our bodies to heal, understand what it's like to become mobile. Especially Marva, she talks about that on her platforms, the foods that we need to eat.
Yep.
But listen, we'll give them the information and then we'll move them to a private platform because all of us are trying to eat and all of us are trying to gain customers, and we're trying to give the knowledge to the clients, but it's not for free. Why?
Hi,
Because
Dad.
people always want something for free, and then they, like you say, Rasta, then they slack off. No, we want the serious people to come to our page. We want the serious people to say, it's on. It's time to get in alignment. It's time to do what we need to do.
And
That's
Marva?
right.
Joel, I would say that we continue to speak to everyone. Those that are not there yet, those that are tippy-toeing, those that are, here and there, serious, everybody. Because I know that when I was venturing on the healthy path, it took me a long time to get on board with unlearning the unhealthy way of eating, the unhealthy lifestyle, to really embracing the holistic healthy lifestyle. It took me years, okay? And
Agreed.
I know that if we continue to speak and to educate people, you might not get 1,000, but you might get 10. And those 10 will touch 10. And those 10 will touch 10. So it is not, I don't believe it is our responsibility to write off people or say who is not, should not be part of the community that we're going to form. I think we should give everybody an opportunity to be a part of this community, even though they might not be 100% on board, because as they hear we talk, they will be convinced. The Bible says, those who have ears to hear, let
We'll
them
hear.
hear. But
Yep.
we've got to speak to the minister doesn't say, oh, get out if you're not ready for salvation. They talk to everybody. And those that are ready to hear, and Jesus didn't either, when they're ready to hear, they will hear.
I think it's our job to live the life.
Yes.
Let our lifestyle be an example.
That's
See,
true.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't tell anybody that I work out or what I do over there. They just look at you and they like, hey man, you work out? I'm like, yeah. Just the way you carry yourself, that you're in the supermarket, they look at your cart like, the hell's he what's wrong with him? I mean, all you got is fruits, vegetables, and some water, nuts, and stuff like that. They're looking at you like, so let your lifestyle be your testimony. You don't have to induce anyone, seduce anyone, because sooner or later, your testimony will become that light, and it will draw the one. Yeah, if someone's interested, they will come,
But
and
nowadays we're in a time where it's masses of people. See, and you're right. In a perfect world, that's what they used to do. People would come and referrals when they see results. But now we have people that are not in the right mindset. Some people don't even know that they need help.
Yes.
They do. Some people do know that they want to work out. They think they know how to do it. But now, see, we're in a time to get in alignment, mind, body, soul, and clearly the way of the world, the things that's going on in the world. If people were in alignment
and they were in alignment naturally, they wouldn't, some of the stuff that's going on in the world wouldn't even bother them. And then they would rub off on people. And then people would start doing better. We've got people going the opposite way. That's what we don't want. We want people to get in alignment and do what they need to do, no matter what's going on in this crazy world, no matter what people are saying. If people take care of themselves, they'll have their hands full. Do they know what to do? Some do.
Most people do not know what it means to eat healthy. Most
but
people
now
do not know. They have no idea. And you have to understand, too, that the food industry and the pharmaceutical industry are constantly bombarding people with commercials. They don't worry about showing you that hot dog or hamburger from McDonald's or wherever every 5 seconds to our children.
And Marva, it's actually worse. They'll show you McDonald's, and then right after that, they'll show you a pill to kind of help with depression. So it's and there's actually 2 countries in the world that actually televise pharmaceutical commercials, and that's New Zealand and America.
And America,
So if they are constantly doing this, we cannot back down and give up on people, because we're up. It's our little voice in the sea of the big pharma and big food. Okay, so I mean, who do they listen to? We have to keep talking to people on these platforms. This is where they are. Yes, I believe some will definitely see. Your neighbor will see you working out. They see me running in my backyard all the time. But the majority of people are on Facebook, they're on Instagram, they're on YouTube, they're on TikTok big time. Okay, and that's where we have to go to reach people and say, listen to me. You don't have to live with high blood pressure. You don't have to live with diabetes. You don't have to be paralyzed with arthritis because of obesity. And I can help you. And maybe one person will listen. But we've got to keep talking, and we've got to keep talking loud, and we have to talk often, and we have to collaborate like we're doing with each other right now, because our voices will be bigger as we collaborate. But we cannot give up on people, because people are going through a lot of stuff, and a lot of things are vying for their attention and their commitment. So we have to offer them the alternative.
You know, it's not just big pharma and all of those people doing it. The medical establishment is doing it too.
Well, that's
you know,
big pharma,
no, not the pharmaceutical, the actual doctors. There are doctors out here telling. I had a client that tells me the doctor told her not to eat too much fruits because it's bad for you.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing.
Not know better.
Well,
that's what I asked
you. And I don't mean to cut off you guys, but with me, growing up, and in terms of just being particular in a sports environment, when I had my initial as a young kid in my early 20s, and I'm training and going forward, when you're being recruited or when you're being looked at, the coach or the trainer has to find ways to kind of eliminate people. Wrinkled shirt, okay, get him out. Doesn't have his name filled out, get him out, right? So get out the people that don't want to be serious. For me, and Rasta said it, was accountability. That in the beginning introduction period where I know as soon as he hears like 5 minutes, he already knows a whole game plan of what to do and how we're going to approach it just from what you're saying. So the way I approach that is I want to see how serious you are. And the way I do it is I use these 2 applications from them, and there's no hiding it. There's no getting away from it. I tell them that they got to get on a stepper, finding a step count, like a count, something, an app that counts your steps, number 1. And the second one is a calorie counter. And I said, I want you to show me the results after each day. I want you to take a screenshot after 5 days, and I want you to send me that. And then from there, maybe it's not going to the gym 5 days a week. Maybe just taking away that pop drink you drink every morning, eliminating that soda every morning, and then maybe we can go from there. So like when I say that your time is more valuable than your money, I think Rasta is the same way. He wants people on his shoulders where he knows he can represent them and say, hey, that's a product of mine. That's a product.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, especially when it came to coaching kids. I would never want a misbehaved kid going to school and they say, "Who's your soccer coach? Who's your trainer?" And they say, "Oh, it's Coach Martin." I would rather lose 100 games in a season than to have one of those words or phrases on me as a reputation. You're going to win or lose. Your weight is going to go up and down, but I guarantee it's going to make you feel better, and that change is going to happen. So that's my one thing there. And Rasta brought it up with accountability and making sure that people can hear our voice. There's so much we can do, but with this little device in their pocket, there's no way that they can't be accountable nowadays. And if you are being if you're being accountable, then you're just taking away from the potential that you can have for yourself. I think the sooner you face those fears or those challenges, the sooner you're going to get to that person you want to be. And I think Marva relates to it more because she's heard those testimonials, and Rasta as well. I'm in my mid-30s, and I know you guys have had those experiences. Well, I wish I did this. I wish I knew this when I was 30. I wish I knew this when I was 40. I just heard a story from Marva about her own sister 10 minutes ago in her 60s, changing her life in her 60s.
That's right.
And life is not done when you're in your 60s. What about your 70s?
Right.
What about your 80s? What about your early 90s? What about your mid 90s? I mean, I'm not going to talk about the hundreds, but we're talking about another 20, at least 20 years, 20 years of another life that you can, I'm not saying be something of yourself, but for damn sure help those around you. Whether it's, if people have problems with their family, I get it, but you chose a community to be around. The least you could do is help the community around you, because I want my community to represent me. When I'm down, I want my community to help me and not say, "Oh, it's just me, it's just me, it's just me." So that's my number one thing. Eventually, I want my neighbors to be planting their own food. Eventually, I want us to find our own, we're all having our own market, and that person's growing potatoes, this person's growing lettuce, that person's growing tomatoes. And it's a community, but we're way away from there when people can't even sit down with their own mind for 5 minutes and just write down a simple journaling. You know what I mean? So that's my thing there. Sorry.
Elaborate on the last point you just made. That's another. I was going to bring that up. Marva in the last, just now in the live she just did. That's the one thing that's killing all of us. We don't take time to just be silent. Just be quiet. Just meditate. Just 20 minutes a day. Get up in the morning. Don't just be grateful just that you're alive. Thank you. I don't care if you say God, universe, whatever. Just acknowledge that there's something bigger than yourself that you want to just be grateful just for breathing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're too busy on the TikToks and the Instagrams and the Facebooks and the this and the that and all that other stuff. All that stuff. We don't even take time just to say, thank you.
Yeah, when you wake up in the morning.
Oh, why is it loading faster? Come on, my Wi-Fi's on.
I went to work yesterday without my phone, and the guy, I give a guy a ride because he's paying Uber like $200-something a month to go to work. I'm like, dude, you live like 10 minutes from me. I'll take you. Man, you sure, man? I'll pay you. I said, dude, I'll take you. Yesterday, he called me after everything was done because we work in different departments, and he was downstairs waiting, and I got down there like 45 minutes. He's like, dude, you didn't answer me. I said, I didn't take my phone today. He's like, what? You didn't do what? I said, dude, I left my phone in the house.
Mind-blowing. They can't comprehend that.
He thought I was crazy. He's like, man, how do you do that? I said, dude, what do I do? I work all day. I go home, I check a few messages, see what's going on. What do I need it for?
Well,
he thought I lost my mind.
My business. Nowadays people do check their email. Everybody, even the bank, everybody communicates via their phone because that's a device.
I do too.
Some people don't even have a laptop. You can't.
True.
You're not going into bank. You pay your bills online and everything. So that's another reason why people are tethered to the phone. But I like this. I like this forum, and I want people. I would like whomever listens to this live to take this away, where no one is bashing anyone that's not 100% on board. We're just encouraging you to start taking responsibility for your health. Start taking baby steps. My grandson is 1 and he's learning to walk, and he's taking baby steps, and he'll fall, hit his little butt on the ground, but he tell mommy and daddy, go away.
I
Won't
know,
try
that's so
again.
right. And
And
that's
he'll,
true.
yeah, he'll
Well, thank you,
try.
Marva, and thank you, Rasta, for coming on. Please meet us over on Facebook Thursday so we can talk about this more. Because on this platform, it's only a 30-minute segment, but I would love to have you guys back. Would you do that?
Yes, I'll try my
Definitely.
best
Marva, send me all the information and I'll be
to
there.
follow. Oh,
Okay,
okay.
will do.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate you for coming on. This was great,
Yeah.
and we'll look forward to doing more of these on Simply Jewel Cosmetics and Health Services. We're going to do a platform, so Thursday night, please feel free to join us. If we don't do a huge platform, it'll be the first Thursday of next month. But I look forward to talking with you guys again, helping the community to understand what it is that needs to be done, and also to see who can connect with every one of us to help them to be their best selves. Okay? So,
That's right. Thank you.
yeah. And then Martin, you and I can close out. But thank you, Marva, for you're always welcome on the platform as
She's
well. You
amazing.
know that. And we'll be
Thank you.
talking soon.
Thank you so
Okay?
much. Thank you
Thank
so much,
Thank
Michael.
Thank you,
you.
Good
guys.
morning, Michael.
You're
Good
welcome.
job, everybody. Thank you, Rasta.
Thank
And
you.
Martin, now back to you. That was excellent. That was a good way. I apologize for all the motion going on around here. It's a busy day. Who knew it would turn out this
Excellent.
way? But I'm glad it did. And I'm glad we have a new friend, Rasta Way Workout. This is great. So I appreciate you guys, and thank you for coming on. We'll see you on Thursday night. I believe that is 6 p.m. Mountain Pacific time, 7 p.m. Mountain time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and 9 p.m.
Eastern. Eastern.
Eastern Standard Time. Did I say 8 p.m.
That's-
Central Standard Time
Yeah.
and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? Thank you guys for coming on. Martin, in closing, you have anything you want to say?
Thank you. Again, I think this is the point, is to show that, you know, people get along, and we got to find a community. And now with the fact that we have, you know, devices, whether it's a laptop, a cell phone, we're globalized now. So I want to be able to find those people that have the like-minded mindset and just get
Right.
along and grow and learn. And just with Rasta on and Marva on, within these couple minutes, I'm already learning a few things and going from there. So I know for sure there's a lot more that people can take away from these things if we just keep going forward. So I loved it. This type of format.
That's
I
what
wanna-
it's
I
all
wanna-
about. Yeah.
I want to let you guys know that if you join Zoom, you can get a free account. You get up to 45 minutes for $0.
On the Zoom meetings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And if you-
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we'll be doing a lot more of the private seminars and that kind of thing. But getting the word out, which is why we use these platforms, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. But like I said, do you have a website, Rasta, or your social platform? Go ahead and spit that out.
Yeah, I'm here on Instagram, you know, everything's Rastaway Workout. Rastaway, I have a YouTube channel with different exercises, 15, 20 minutes, you know, working on the knees, different things that I do to help people that I just put it out there. And it's the same, Rastaway Workout.
Okay.
LinkedIn,
Great.
yeah, everything, LinkedIn, Twitter, it's all Rastaway Workout.
Perfect.
Just, you know,
That's
yeah.
good. Okay, well we're gonna come together and we're gonna change the way, as they say, this is a revelation because people need to understand what it's like to be healthy, mind, body, soul,
Spirit.
mental, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, physically. That's what we do. And
Yes.
that's where it can start, right here. Okay?
Awesome.
Peace and blessings, everyone. Take care, and we'll talk soon.
All right. All right, guys. Have a great evening.
See you
Thank you.
guys. Thanks, Rasta.
Thank
Have a good one,
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Okay, it's not letting me go off, but now I had more notifications. So we're doing fine. Any last words?
No,
We keep saying last words, but we're good, right?
yeah, we're good. We're good. Everything's fine. And
All right.
Thursday.
See you Thursday. Thank you. Bye-bye.